an haircut in about 2 weeks. So
Hey,
I'm due.
you legit look like Santa Claus, mate. You look like you should be in the grotto.
Fuck no, I don't want to look like
You look like
that.
you should have kids sitting on your knee.
Not gonna lie, I'm not sure what to do with this because
Oh,
this is
cut it
just getting.
off. Jesus Christ.
You think
Isn't it not annoying when you're eating?
it is? I'm getting like bits stuck in it now. I bit my nail the other day. I had a bit of nail stuck in my beard. It's
Oh,
disgusting. Yeah,
fuck.
I don't like.
See,
I don't.
look at me. I can grow nothing. I can grow absolutely jack shit. Nothing. This
This
bit
is.
doesn't even grow either. It just stays the same length. It's just shit. It's awful. Someone actually
I don't,
asked on the Instagram questions, how do you grow your beard? How do you grow your beard?
genetics, mate. It's all genetics.
Is
Like
it?
bodybuilding, just genetics, mate.
You
Yeah.
sure you've not upped the test?
Nah, not yet. No, it's just all genetics. I was shaving when I was really young. Started puberty well young. You know, when you're in school and stuff like that, you're like, oh, I've got like. First, it always used to be the pubes. Everyone was like, look at my pubes and stuff like that. Now it was like, then it got to the beard.
What?
I was like, yes, I've got
See,
beards.
see, why did I get all this shit stuff? Because I just had shit skin when I was young. That's it. No facial hair, just shit skin.
I had shit skin too, mate. I was all flaky and crusty all over the face. It's just,
I had awful acne when I was a kid.
I used to go to
Awful.
doctors and they used to prescribe me pills to take, which actually did
Did you ever
work.
take Roaccutane?
It could have been. I can't remember now,
Fuck,
but
that's horrible stuff. Like I got prescribed that, and my mum would never let me take it.
it
'Cause it can
did.
give you depression. That.
It kind of. I used to take it for about a year, but at the end of the day, I think I just grew out of it. I just grew when I got
Yeah,
like
same,
19, 20. I just kind of it just went. So
same. I still get flare-ups now and again, which are annoying as fuck. But I think everyone
yeah.
does. I think
Oh
everyone
yeah, of course.
does.
Yeah, of course. You get just like a random spot here and there. Just deal
Yeah,
with it, pop it. Good to
yeah.
go.
Pop it.
How are you?
I used to quite enjoy that when I was a kid, like especially when it was bad. I was like, dung dung dung, like it sounds grim,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
That one when you stood there going, oh
Oh,
shit, until it splatters on the mirror and you have to clean it.
oh yeah, you do. Otherwise, yeah, no, it looks grim. But yeah, mate, I'm good. I'm very well. I've
Good.
had like a on and off fluey bug cold shit. I don't know what it's been, but I think Danny, because she works in a PT environment, she always picks up whatever the illness is going around. So then,
Yeah.
obviously, when I see her, I kind of just catch it.
Yeah.
So I've been feeling a little bit meh like the past few days, but I think it's a combination of feeling a little bit ill and also being monumentally overreached. Like, when's the last time I took a deload? God damn. When?
Mate, I'm looking at your sessions. You're lower back loading 3 times a week, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking, wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I came on this podcast to ask you today. How is your lower back? How are your hips? How is just everything?
Perfect.
Perfect. Wow.
Yeah, it feels fine. Feels fine. Like,
Same.
even long car journeys, even sitting at a shovel day, I'm fine.
Wow.
I think my Jack Piad always used to tell me like, what the fuck is your lower back made of? Because he would see me obviously train on a daily basis, and he would
Yeah.
see me back in like my last off season, my last proper off season when I was squatting a lot. Mate, I worked up to doing, and it was bad. It wasn't good. It wasn't actually breeding any benefit. But I worked up to squatting 3 times a week. And
Wow.
then I had a pull session as well with deadlifts in it. So I was
Yeah.
deadlifting and low bar back squatting 3 times a week, deadlifting once a week. I was RDLing and I was doing
Wow.
T-bar rows and single arm rows without chest supports. Like my lower
Wow.
back can just keep like I've touched wood. I've never had a lower back injury. I've had like little niggles here and there where you're like ooh ooh,
Yeah.
but I've never
Yeah.
had oh fuck it's gone kind of thing. My hips, they feel fine. They do feel like sometimes a bit wear and teary. The thing that I've been feeling, funny enough, mate, is like the reintroduction of just like hammering away at bench press and OHP. Because I just wanted to start doing them again, which I'm loving. My entire upper body, when I'm starting to get to the end, like nearing a deload, my entire upper body, when I train upper body, doesn't feel like I'm getting great pumps or connections. It just feels like I'm legitimately just hammering away at my tendons and joints. So it feels
Yeah.
like my elbows hurt. My actual like entire up this arm like just feels like a deep ache.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'm fucking my body into the ground in a little bit of a sense with that, but it's fun. It's all for the pursuit of maximal muscle mass. So
Absolutely.
I'll
Do you-
either
do
be
you think
huge
that-
or I'll be injured.
Do you think that you'll continue lower back loading 3 times a week at the moment, or are you
Oh,
going to change
absolutely,
it?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
I mean,
no chance.
what I found is everyone's different. Like, I have some clients that can only lower back once a week. Myself, probably twice a week max. 3 times a week, I couldn't do. And I feel like twice for most people is probably the max.
It's individual recovery capacity.
Yeah, definitely.
The lower back can handle a specific degree of volume, so everyone's going to be very, very individual in their ability to recover from it. You just got to slowly gauge. And then I think there's also an adaptation at play here. So, like, don't think that just because you can only handle once a week now, that's going to be you for the rest of your training career. Like, fuck that. You can make your lower back stronger. So think about, like, and the one thing that I'm going to advise as well here as well to make this podcast somewhat informative is, like, make sure that you never do shit wrong. Because the minute you start doing shit wrong is the minute bad habits creep in, and you're ultimately going to reduce your ability to load your lower back when you start doing shit wrong. So if you're feeling lower back fatigue, like, okay, I deadlifted yesterday, and those were probably, my last set was the sloppiest I will ever allow my deadlift to get, ever. And my deadlifts usually, like, they look pretty crispy. And I won't ever go for a rep that doesn't look crispy. And some of those were a bit like, meh.
Yeah.
My lower back's fine today, and it was fine after the session. If I felt like my lower back was compromised and, like, it hurt, like a bad hurt, I would have known that I'd have done something bad in that session from an execution standpoint. Look at some of the strongest people within powerlifting, for example. But I look at Sam Watt a lot. I look at what he does. And if you look at the way he lifts, even his maximal weights, he makes them look submaximal because he's just simply doing nothing wrong. There's another guy that I followed through, a powerlifter, girl called Steffi Cohen. I think it might be her boyfriend, or it might be just someone that she works with. But he was pulling like 600 pounds on a deadlift beltless. And the first rep looked like a 1 rep max, and he got 3 reps with it. And every rep just looked immaculate. And it's wacky. Like, I don't know how he managed to pull that. But those sort of lifts inspire me and make me realise that as long as I stay locked in and repeat the rep in terms of execution, I can still get more. So yeah, just don't ever do shit wrong, guys. And you shouldn't ever sort of get hurt. And that'll influence your lower back. But yeah.
No, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, sort of besides a massive amount of lower back loading and some pretty high levels of fatigue, I'm good. I think I'm probably gonna have to pull the plug on the old deload next week, buddy.
Yeah.
Fucking sucks, dick. I'll see how I feel tomorrow, but fucking sucks, dick. I want to deload because I feel trashed, but I also don't want to deload because I know how much I don't like deloads. And I think I'm going to play about, which you'll probably be interested in. I'm going to play about with taking days off instead of training. I'm probably going to take, if I do deload next week, I'll probably plan it out like this. I'll probably take 4 days off and then train twice and then go back into normal sessions the next week. So it's also Danny's birthday the weekend after this. So the end of that week is Danny's birthday. So I'm imagining we'll do something, and like whether it'll involve training or not doesn't really matter. Like I'll probably be fresher for that. So I just need to do it at some point. So it's a case of getting it fucking done, right? So
that's kind of what I did. I took the weekend off with mine. I trained 3 days and I took the rest off because I just wind myself up in my head, like waking up that morning knowing I have to go into the gym and do like a deload, push or pull, whatever it is, winds me up, and it just kind of ruins my day and ruins like my mood in the morning. So I'll just think, you know what, scrap it. I'll sometimes just rather take the rest and focus on something else outside of bodybuilding. And I normally like to structure my deloads on when, like for example, I structured my deload when I went to New York early on in the year. I normally structure it when there's like something planned, so I can kind of get my
Yeah.
mind off it a little bit.
The only issue with that, and Steve mentioned it on his podcast with Pascal really well. He said that, you know, the only issue with planning a deload like around a holiday is that if you deload on the holiday itself, you will feel fucked up on the holiday, and it can kind of ruin your holiday. And that does really make sense, because like right now, if I was to go on a holiday like next week, I'd go on a holiday feeling really beaten up and tired. So he actually said, how about deload the week before you go away, so then you go away feeling fresh.
Okay.
Of course,
Yeah,
you know, it's a nice idea, but if you can't train on the holiday, it's a completely different scenario.
Yeah.
And I know
Yeah,
that
of course, I
you
can
didn't
understand.
really train when you were in New York, did you?
No, I didn't. No, I just took the deload instead, and just spent time doing other stuff, because it was just, if I'm honest, mate, when I went out there, there's just not enough time in the day.
Yeah,
Just,
I trained at like
I would've
5
said-
a.m. when I was out there, but I
Yeah.
was still in prep mode. So
I,
it was
I,
stupid.
yeah, I was sleeping like a baby. I literally, that when I was out there, so much walking and stuff like that, I had the best night's sleeps of my life out there.
Yeah,
Believe it.
yeah, you just
So-
get so tired from crazy
Yeah.
expenditure. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
But yeah, how are you anyway? How's your week been besides the shit muscle work session? How has everything else been?
everything else has been okay. I've just been, I sorted myself out after that session. That pissed me off. I was so like, I want to touch on that actually. I want to touch on muscle works.
Sure, man.
If anyone said, what do you think overall when you went? I didn't look too much downstairs, because obviously I was training legs. But upstairs, there's some pizza kit. I was really disappointed actually. I was just overrated. I was just
Yeah.
I was adjusting the hack squat so many times, and I was just
So
thinking,
did I. I was getting so
Bang.
frustrated with it.
yeah, I was banging off the bottom, and it just kind
Yep.
of ruined the flow of the movement. And I was trying to adjust it, but I got to a stage where I had to get on my tiptoes to lift the weight out.
Yeah.
And then that would put me off,
Yeah.
because I'm actually having to tiptoe out, and absolutely.
And the
not.
re-racking process makes no sense. Like when you re-rack it, you don't know where the fuck you are. You know where. Unracking it and racking it is horrible. The racking system is shit on that. Yeah, the platform makes no sense. You're banging off it. And it hurts. It almost hurts your hips, and it hurts your knees. It doesn't feel good. Like, it doesn't feel like a Cybex or anything. Leg press is all right. Other bits of kit in there are all right. The music is pretty rough, because they just play radio, so like half the time it's like on a McDonald's advert. But yeah, that's being a bit harsh and critical. Like, they've invested a lot of money in there, and there is a lot of good kit. But I think what they've done, unfortunately, is they've got really excited about Arsenal strength and just invested in loads of bits of kit. I don't know whether they tried it or not, because Cuba, who owns Iron Athlete, which is the gym up in Sheffield near Danny's, where I train when I'm up there, him and his business partners that own, well, it's actually not called Iron Athlete, it's called Ultraflex now, but they own Ultraflex, and they tried everything before they invested in new kit for it, because it's having a complete refurb, mate. It's going to be fucking awesome. And they tried everything. They tried Arsenal strength, they tried all the Cybex kit, they tried loads of Precor kit, and they've invested in loads of Atlantis and Prime. And since trying Prime and Atlantis, I would say that they're some of the best kit. Like, an Atlantis hack squat is really nice. Really, really nice. And the Atlantis Smith machines are so smooth. Like, 2 plates per side on an Atlantis Smith is like, feels quite light, because it's just such a smooth Smith. So I'm very excited for that. That would be wicked. But I think a lot of kit is overrated, mate. Hammer strength's overrated. You know, all this Arsenal strength stuff is a bit overrated, but it's nice to try it.
Oh yeah. My local gym just got the Atlantis pendulum squat in, which should be good.
Yeah, I saw Gavin make a post about that.
Yeah, he did 5 plates yesterday. I was thinking, wow, the most I've done on that is
fuck?
5 plates. He literally went 5 plates to failure. He did like 4 plates for a set of 12. He's a strong bloke. On the old Cybex, he does like 5 plates easily each side. I don't know how he did that.
It's like Mark Claxton. Mark and him are probably some of the strongest guys that I've seen.
Yeah, he's literally like, he's literally crazy. But Yeah, man, I got frustrated in that session. I don't know why. Like, I want to touch on that a little bit because
Yeah.
what people think, oh, he's doing it for attention, stuff like that. But I've always cried. Like when I get angry, when I used to play football when I was younger, I always used to, if I missed an opportunity, a goal or whatever, I used to just get really angry at myself. I just used to cry, and I don't know, man.
Sure.
It just got to me because,
I
like when you can just do better. When you're like, you're better than that, and you just go through like those stages where you think, come on, George, you can do this. It just, I don't know, it
yeah.
just wound me up and.
Yeah.
Nathan was doing like 6 plates on that, the Arsenal hammer hack squat, sorry, and I don't know, just like winding me up. Like I know I can do more than what I'm doing. I just, oh yeah,
Yeah.
it just wound me up slightly. It's just
I
annoying.
know
But
I know what you mean, man. But with Nathan, you've always got to compare like body weight. Like he's
yeah,
a much heavier dude than you, much heavier
yeah,
dude. So don't allow that to get to you. But I know what you mean. And like sometimes I go into sessions like even yesterday's session, like it was an okay session and numbers were all right, but they're not near what I've done before. Like obviously I haven't done 200 kilos for multiple sets, but I've done a 200 kilo for 6 top set on a deadlift, and obviously I was heavier, so there's always a way to like reverse engineer something and realize why it's not moving the way it should. But like pulling 190 for 4 and it feeling hard, and it's like, for fuck's sake, like I put in all this work, and I know that being overreached is a factor at play. I know that like me being lighter is a factor at play, but still, like you think I'm doing all this work, but things are feeling harder than they felt last week, and it's fucking annoying.
yeah,
And with regards to like emotion and stuff, mate, when I was in motorsport, and actually one of the questions, to cover one of the questions, I stopped motorsport because of money, basically. Someone asked why I stopped being in motorsport. So when I was in motorsport, because there was a lot of money going into it and all of my time, like if I didn't get a result that I wanted, I cried plenty of times.
yeah,
Cried so many times because I was just so invested in it, and like I remember just getting angry and then getting upset, and it's basically because we pour a lot of emotion into it. I've got upset after shows as well when I was a teen and I didn't do so well at some shows. I've got upset about that because you just put a lot into it, dude. So yeah, but like take the positives though as well. Like when you have a good session, really ride out that euphoria, because that's why we do that. That's why we do this, because it's mostly good shit. We shouldn't be crying a lot. We might have a session here and there where we're down, but mostly it should be good shit.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to touch on that because I don't know. I just felt like it was just
Of course, it's a big thing, dude, and you're honest. I think that was a good video because you're honest. A lot of people will relate to that. Some people will just be bastards and take the piss or think you're doing it for likes, but nah, fuck that. Fuck them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I say. Fuck them.
What else was I going to ask you? How did you recover from the little bakery challenge?
Mate, I was fine the next day. I didn't gain any weight, but it's just the fact. It's just the thought of just like pastries and all that. It's just I don't want to do that stuff again because it's just stupid. I think, and I was actually craving like veg and meat. Believe it or not, I just wanted veg and meat. That's all I wanted. I just wanted veg. I was craving a bit of veg, like a bit of broccoli and that. I was thinking, wow. Because after a while eating that shit, it's just, it's just, after a while, it was just, it just got to me, like, it's just, oh, here we go again. Although it tastes great at first, it's just, oh, it wasn't worth it, to be honest. It wasn't worth it. It was cheap though, but wasn't worth it. I won't do that again. People tell me, George, do a 20,000 calorie challenge, do this, do that.
No.
Thinking, are you going to pour the money, like, no one realises how
calories.
A lot of calories as well, but it's a lot of money. Like last time I did 15,000, which was stupid. I spent like nearly 100 quid on food that day, just on food.
Fuck? Serious?
I know, yeah, just on food. Like I have to do like a 20,000 calorie challenge on a budget or something, which I'm not going to do 20k, not anytime soon. But yeah, I recovered quite well. What I've been trying recently as well, I mentioned on my stories the caffeine tablets I've been using. They're very good. Because I wanted to take a break from the old
caffeine
Monsters.
Tablets.
Yeah, Monsters and Pepsi Maxes and stuff. Because sometimes I rely on them too much.
How do you respond to like having a black coffee pre-training? Like I saw on your video when you were at Muscleworks, you said that it made you feel a bit more tired. And funnily enough, I'm kind of the exact same. Like for me, a hot beverage pre-training I feel like I could go back to sleep. I don't like it at all. I either like a pre with caffeine in it, or I can have a cold iced Americano. Like, even in this temperature, it makes me feel a bit cold, but I always prefer to feel a bit cold than too hot. If I feel too hot pre-training, it puts me off massively. Like, Danny can have like a huge cup of black coffee pre-training. I'm like, how the fuck are you not like passing out over there? But I think people respond differently to black beverages.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them, if I'm honest with you. I pre-workout. I don't mind them here and there, but if
I
I'm
like
honest
them
with
in
you,
the morning,
mate,
first thing.
yeah. If I'm honest with you, mate, they make me go to the toilet. Like, sometimes I train, and if I have a black coffee, I'm going to the toilet every like 10, 15 minutes. I have to go to the toilet, go for a wee. Like,
what, urine? Yeah, urine. Not
about 4.
Not shitting every 10 minutes. Jesus Christ,
not yet.
man.
Imagine that.
That would be bad.
I go for a wee like 4 times when I'm training. If I have black coffee, it would just go straight through. Yeah, it just goes straight through. And so I'd stick to the tablets, and it worked really well.
It does have a diuretic effect. Like, caffeine itself will have a diuretic effect. So, you know, if you take high dose of caffeine, you will be pissing a little more.
Yeah. But I've been taking those tablets, and they work quite well. To be fair, I'm quite happy with them. At first,
I was like, from My Protein.
Yeah, My Protein. Had a little look on there. Had a little look through the reviews, and they look pretty good. So.
No one complaining of shitting every 5 minutes.
Nah, not yet.
You should write a review on there saying, I took these pre-workout and I was on the toilet every 5 minutes.
Imagine that. Fucking hell. Have you got anything planned for the weekend, my friend?
So, yeah, this weekend, big one. The big UK DFBA finals.
It is.
Mate, you should just grab a ticket and come up. But
I know. I think Nathan's. What's the date? Is it 21st? Is it on the Friday, Sunday? Nathan's going up there. I'm not going to be able to make it, unfortunately.
Are you with your missus?
Yeah. We planned something on that weekend, unfortunately.
That's cool, man. It'd be cool to see Nathan. I'll say hi to Nathan. There's so many people going up. So many people going up. Thorburns going up. I think even Mr. Piad's coming up. I think. Ben Broadhurst. No, he's not coming out. Valentin's coming down. Big Kevin's coming down. Kevin's coming down to the UK DFBA finals. That'll be fantastic. Yeah. And I've obviously got Dan and Aiden competing, and I've got Sasha doing junior bikini in the UK UP, which is on Saturday. So, but I'll be. So tomorrow's Friday. I'll be training normal train day tomorrow, and then Saturday I'll be helping set up at the UK DFBA, and hopefully I'll get some, because I'm not filming the show day because they're getting a professional videographer to do that, which is kind of a nice thing. I'm kind of looking forward to that because obviously every single UK DFBA show I've been filming, so it's like I haven't really enjoyed a show this year in terms of just sitting and relaxing, you know. So I'll just literally sit and relax, spend time with some cool people, help out my guys, and hopefully I'll grab some interviews on the Saturday with people turning up for like polygraphs and all the drug testing and stuff. We'll have a meal with the UK DFBA guys, and so that'll be sick. And then
of course.
And then that's that. And then obviously Danny's birthday weekend, the weekend after. And then what about you, mate? Are you doing something with your missus this weekend?
Well, we were planning something on Saturday, but I think if she will allow me, I'm going to try and get myself a ticket and go up because I need to. I don't know.
It's the Sunday. It's the Sunday, man.
So. Yeah. I'll try and do something on Saturday. I think, you know what? Do one. I've got something to do on the Sunday.
Yeah, if you find, hopefully they've still got some tickets. I think they might have. Just have a look today. Just double check. I'm pretty sure they will have. So double check. But yeah, it will be really worth it for you to come, man. Even if you don't stay for the whole thing, like there'll be so many people there that you can connect with and just say hi.
Of course.
It'll be really, really good for you. So let me know if you do come up.
Yeah, I will do. I'm going to try and speak to the old missus, see if we can sort something out. But
maybe even bring the missus and like treat it as a bit of a. Don't stay for the whole thing. Just treat it as a bit of a day out.
Yeah, actually.
Why not?
Actually, I rate that. I'm gonna try and speak to her. I'm gonna try and speak to her about that. See if she's.
She can get a better idea as to what you're gonna do next year, so she won't get a huge fucking shock when she turns up.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, George, you're looking skinny, man. No.
Just like it'll be good because she can see what people look at in stage condition. So like when you get your abs fully through, she's not like, oh my God, you're ready. Don't get any leaner.
Yeah.
Because she'll see what a striated arse looks like.
Yeah. She'll probably be off for life if she saw that. I don't know. Who knows? But,
right. Should we crack through some questions because we're about halfway through our normal budget time. I've got quite a few because I've got quite a few fucking funny ones as well.
I've got a few funny ones. Not gonna lie, and I've got some stupid ones. stupid questions.
Already answered 2 of mine, so that's pretty good. Shall I go my end first and then go back to you?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, cool. I like a really, really quick one from Mark, and then I'll do another proper one. Mark Brown says, when is George going to stop being a pussy and challenge me on FIFA?
Oh, yeah, he keeps I'm a busy guy, mate. Busy guy. I told you I would message you. I'm a busy guy.
Mark, he's too busy for FIFA. All right, busy. So proper question from Jo Barrett, who's coming to my seminar. She's super cool. This is probably one that I'll answer. It's, do you resort to mineral water pre-contest rather than tap water? No, I don't change any sort of water coming into a show. I keep the normal water, which for me is just, I use a Brita water filter, and I just keep that all the same. So other than that, I don't change anything. I think the reason why people might change to mineral water is because of the sodium and potassium levels and trying to monitor them, but I think you're sort of picking hairs at that point. Unless you know exactly what you're doing from a sodium-potassium balance or an electrolyte balance scenario, then it's not worth changing over. It's not going to improve your physique drastically. If anything, just not stressing about having to carry 14 litres of Tesco mineral water around with you. That's probably going to make your physique look better by removing that stress. So that's my answer there, Joe. George, let's take one from you. Fuck me, some of these questions are stupid.
I've got one most embarrassing moment in the gym. I don't think I've ever asked you that. Have you ever had an embarrassing moment?
I've got most embarrassing moment as well, so we'll take that one. Okay. Who's it from?
Bar, I can't even... Bar, is it?
I've got the same question, but without the gym bit, from Ewan McAlpine.
No, it's someone completely different.
So it's not him.
Most
embarrassing moment in the gym. I don't really know. Like I don't really know, man. I don't know. I can't really pick one out of a hat. I don't know what's embarrassed me the most. Fuck. Have you got one in your head?
I think my most embarrassing one, I've done a YouTube video on this, is where my stomach was a little bit iffy and I was on the leg press and I literally shit myself, not gonna lie.
Oh dear.
It wasn't like a little...
actual poo came out?
Not like a full log, but it was like enough for me to have to put my boxes in the bin and continue training. Because the smell was awful.
That is...
Just poo outside of a toilet smells absolutely vile. In a toilet, it's better, but outside of a toilet, it just smells like wrong.
Yeah, especially if you're carrying it around with you.
Yeah, it wasn't like I couldn't feel it, but I could just kind of notice what I've done, and it just kind of So I threw them in a bit. Continue training, though. It wasn't going to stop me from training. Yeah, just if you stomach on a leg press, if you're going full depth, blood pressure through the roof, everything just goes.
Was it solid or was it like?
No, it wasn't solid. No. Because I end up having to. Can't believe I'm actually saying this. I had to actually end up wiping. So we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, if you've got a bit of iffy stomach and you know you're going to leg press, and you do leg press with full depth, be cautious, because if you're doing half that shit, you'll probably get away with it. But yeah, that was fun.
Don't wear white leggings either.
Yeah, you love a good old pair of
Imagine
white
that.
Yeah.
What would you do? What would you do? Would you just ditch the leggings and train train bareback?
Mate, put a sock on it. That's what I do. Just put a sock
on it and just keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Whatever it takes, right?
Ask around for some spare kit.
But yeah, that's
Yeah,
my gym.
I don't know my most embarrassing moment. I definitely haven't shat myself.
No, I've done it before. I'll happily admit, I don't really care. We've all done it. Most people have done it.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to
All
think.
right, what's your most embarrassing moment then? Not inside the gym, or outside the gym.
I just haven't got anything that comes to my head. I just don't. I
Neither
just
have I.
don't. I just don't. I don't know. I think I'm the type of guy that doesn't really get embarrassed. I just laugh if something goes wrong for me. I just laugh at myself.
Yeah.
Definitely haven't got anything as funny as you have.
Fuck's sake.
I can't remember anything like really weird happening, to be honest. Yeah, sorry guys, I haven't got anything fun on that front.
Ooh. um,
Let's go for another one. All right. Andrew Goodlad asks, "Who's nailed more birds?"
oh God. I don't know. You go first.
I don't have a mate. I don't have a clue. Did you ever when you were like when you first started sleeping with girls? Did you ever start counting?
I used to have. I know every girl's got notes on their phone. Like they write down a list on their phone.
Girls have
All
got
girls,
notes on their phone for who they've
girls.
banged.
Yeah, girls write a list of the boys they've
No
done.
way.
Oh,
No
every
way.
girl does.
Every
does
girl.
it. Not every girl.
So
I'll
if
say
I
about
log
80.
into Danny's phone, she's got a note section with all the boys banged.
Bloody hell. Bloody hell.
That's not true. That's not.
Okay, I'll say 85%.
Okay, 85%, an exact
either got it on
percentage of
note
girls have got a note section. What if they like? I don't know. Like I definitely did have an awareness of how many girls I was sleeping with when I was like 16, 17. And I was a little shit. I was an absolute little shit. Like I'd sleep with one girl and then purposely try and sleep with one of her closest friends.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I would have done that. I would have never done that because
Mate, I was awful. I'm not. To be honest, like I'm a lucky lad that I got out of it whilst I could, because I would create such a bad name for myself. I already had, by the time I was 17, 18, I had an awful name for myself. Awful, like horrendous.
Yeah.
Because it's like once you have, I think I'm a bit of a, I think with everything that I do, I like an element of control, like in terms of just knowing that I can get away with doing shit. And that's what made me want to keep going, which was really bad.
Yeah.
And then I noticed it was bad when my parents started saying like, who is this coming around? Who is this coming around? Like they just new people kept coming around. Obviously, I never introduced them to my parents at all, because none of them were like serious relationships. But yeah, so like when I was 16, 17, I was a little shit. So probably quite a few in that time period. But I then avoided the one night stand kind of shit when you're like 19, 20, because I had none of that. Yeah. When between the ages of like 19 and now, like I can count on one hand the amount of people I've slept with. So that's like 4 or 5 years with minimal different people, like very few people.
Of course.
Because I haven't been in relationships, and I might have seen someone for a very, very short time period. And I think throughout 2017, I think I maybe slept with someone like once, maybe twice if I was lucky. Because I was prepping for the majority of the year and I didn't have a girlfriend. So fuck, mate. I was out of action for a long fucking time, dry as a log.
Yeah, mate, and probably couldn't even get a boner because you're bloody on prep.
No chance. I tried a few times. And it's like by sort of 10 minutes in, it's like it's like
not much has happened
sandpaper.
there.
It's like sandpaper. It literally is. Me and Jack Piad were talking about it. He told me he came into the gym one day and he was like, I tried to have a wank the other night, and he said he almost like brutalized his cock.
Oh, fuck. Hey. People watching this thinking, what is going on here? We're talking about wanking.
Literally crying.
Oh, yeah, that a bit. Oh. Fuck. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
You just got the image. You just got the image of him brutalizing
Yeah, I
his
have.
cock there,
Yeah,
haven't
I
you?
can just imagine. It's just him as well. I can just imagine him doing that. Yeah. Wow. Oh, fucking hell.
we
Oh,
haven't
dude.
we haven't actually answered the question whatsoever.
Oh. No, we haven't. No.
This is really not informative.
I've lost. I've lost. Not I've lost. Not that I've lost count because I've slept with so many birds, but I'm not really. Oh, I've slept with 10. Or I've slept with 20. I don't give a shit really. At the end of the day. My first year at uni, I had a bit of a piss around and that. Obviously, it's so easy to do when you're at uni. Every girl kind of lets their hair down. You can just take them back to your like house or your halls where you don't have to meet no parents, stuff like that, and they'll fuck off in the morning. It's great. But I slowly kind of just like matured a little bit.
Yeah.
Focused more on myself and just thought it was overrated, not gonna lie, and then just
It
found
is,
myself
isn't
a
it? It really is.
I'd rather eat my porridge oats at night than
Yeah, tell me about it. I think
but that's it.
It is overrated at some point because like you don't get anything out of it. It's just like meaningless shit.
Absolutely.
Caloric expenditure.
Yeah, I was at.
But yeah, so that's Andrew's question answered. Jesus Christ, that was awful. Right, George, you go for another one.
Okay, this one's a more serious one. How long did it take you to see results when you first started bodybuilding?
Quite fast, to be fair. I'd say that I responded fairly well. Like I'd get comments of friends saying, "Wow, you're looking bigger." Like I used to wear this Fred Perry polo, which was like lycra fit. It was so fucking small, and because it hugged me like so tight. It like probably like a 12-year-old could fit in it and still look like pretty good. Because it hugged me so tight, people were like, "Wow, you're growing." And I definitely laid down like a decent amount of tissue then. My legs were always fairly chunky because I cycled everywhere. So my legs responded sort of quite well to sort of just cycling. And just basic movements in the gym. I always trained pretty hard. And then I just grew quite steadily. And I think the first time I really took nutrition seriously and started tracking macros was when I did my first contest prep. So I didn't really have any phase like yourself where you've had like an off season, like actually like plenty of time. You've had almost probably like 2.5 years, maybe even 3 years of like tracking, and being sort of coming up, coming down, doing things right. You know, I didn't really have that before I did my first show, so it was all sort of quite a big jump into the deep end. But it was good because it made me realize sort of how much muscle I really did have, etc., etc. My first ever prep, I dieted from 185 pounds. That was really, really quite fat.
Yeah,
I was really, really, really quite heavy because, you know, the peak of this off season I was 184. That's obviously with much more muscle, so you can imagine how fat I was like 2014 when I was 184 pounds. You know, I was pretty hefty.
Definitely.
But I think that me and Saif will listen to this. He one of my clients. We chat a lot about how that you need that first push up, like so everyone needs that first. Oh shit, I got a little bit fat kind of push up because it makes a big difference. I think a lot of the tissue is built in that first. Oh dear, I got a little bit too hefty push up. You never see any really big people, like really big, who didn't ever get a little bit fat. You know, I think all the people that are a little bit small never got a little bit fat. Don't know how many people agree with that. There may be some genetic anomalies out there that have always stayed lean, that are pretty big, but I think you always see, like even Alberto Nunes, who's someone that's held upon as staying quite lean. He's not anymore because he's doing things right, but he's had some really hefty push-ups, and he looked quite good in some of those push-ups, to be fair. But yeah, what about you, mate?
I think in the first 6 months I noticed a reasonable difference. Again, it's just going to vary from person to person, really. And that was just from picking up a dumbbell. Like my legs were like my calves especially were just kind of pretty, because I used to play football and stuff like that, my legs were more developed. And when I was like 15, 16, before I actually took things serious, I used to go gym and just train arms on a Saturday. do shit, well, just do like cable work and stuff like that, not much. And I knew my arms were more of a stronger point for when I started, but the rest just kind of followed, if you know what I mean. Just as soon as I lifted a dumbbell, just kind of, or weight, I should say, I just kind of grew.
Responded very well.
Yeah, 6 months, I'd say, probably around then. Was when I first started those. I was doing the old ice bucket challenges, and I held up and I did it, and I noticed I was like, the first 6 months of training, I was like, wow, it looks a lot better than what I did when I first started.
Never did that challenge. I got tagged in it a lot, but I never did it.
I did it, and I bloody missed half my head anyway, so yeah, that was stupid.
Some people got really hurt doing that.
Yeah,
They chucked it from like really high up, and like the ice hit them in the head and like really hurt their head.
Yeah, I've seen some funny ones. You see some funny ones on YouTube. But yeah, about 6 months for me, if I'm honest with you.
Cool. Next question. JJF Training says, George, get your nut in the game, son, and stop the eating challenges. You're a grown man.
Yep. Couldn't agree more.
Cool. This is actually, I want to ask one that sort of you can answer as well, or give your opinion on, because some of these are like quite direct at myself. That's just stupid.
I've got a quick one. Who's softer with the missus?
I think online probably me, but maybe behind the scenes you.
Yeah, probably. I reckon that's pretty much spot on.
Yeah. I definitely, obviously with Danny being quite present on social media as well, I think there's more of our relationship seen online than there perhaps is yours. Like,
definitely.
Like if we do stuff together, we'll put it up online, kind of thing. Whereas I don't think your missus is really that active on socials.
No, she isn't. And every time she's been like mentioned and stuff like that, she'll just get weird people just stalking her and following her. She don't like that kind of shit. People like messaging her and stuff. It's just like, it's just immature.
I can imagine the same probably happens with Danny, to be fair. But to be fair, like I must admit, I have just like an overwhelming amount of trust for Danny. So I don't care if she chats. Like, I don't care if other boys message her or anything like that. I just have an overwhelming trust that I don't think anything bad would ever happen. And if it did, then it did. But it just won't. Like, I just have a level of trust. So I used to be I used to be like that when I was younger in a relationship. I used to always worry about that, but I just don't worry anymore. I think you've just got to be with the right person to not have that worry, especially when you're online and like social media, you feel pressure from other people. Is this guy better than me or bullshit like that? So, yeah, if you're with the right person, you probably won't have to worry about that.
I totally agree.
Worst protein shake you've ever had since day one, from Connor. What's the worst protein shake you've ever had?
I used to have those. They used to be at my local leisure centre. They used to come in a bottle. Used to be like 50 grams of protein, full of sugar. Though I can't remember what they're called now. They were horrendous.
Were they in a glass bottle?
Yeah.
I used to have them as well.
Yeah, they're absolutely horrendous. I remember them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my worst one, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree. What else? Oh yeah, you take one. You take one now.
Who can do more push-ups, you or Morris?
God knows. It's only one way to find out.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I haven't done push-ups in a while, not gonna lie.
We're gonna get down and do push-ups.
We're gonna have to do push-ups, innit? I ain't do that now.
Let's do it.
All right now?
Yep, let's get down.
Oh, for fuck's
So
sake.
you can do the most push-ups. You've got to set it up so you can see yourself. Alright, for anyone listening on audio, this is going to be the shittest thing you've ever seen. Or listened to.
Can you hear me?
Alright, okay. 3, 2, 1. Sounds like we're just having a fap.
God knows who's watching this on audio. I do apologise.
Oh. I don't know what number I'm on.
No,
It's hurting a lot.
that's the first one that gives up.
Ah.
Well, I might be you. You might be doing it.
Ah. Fucking hell.
Have you stopped?
No. Oh my god. No. I'm out.
I'll do one more.
You've won. Not me, man. Fucking hell.
Mate, I've got a sickest pump now.
Oh my god. So have I.
I've done it in the gym. Oh dear.
Jesus. That's a good exercise. Let's see the side profile. Whew.
Wow. Not gonna lie, my chest is pumped to fuck now.
Yeah. Mate, I feel that more than after I've done like a bench press or something.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start adding in just some push-ups at the end of a push day or something. That was pretty fun. Ooh, wow. Jesus Christ.
It's so
yeah,
annoying,
okay
'cause if I
guys, so if you asked that question, then you've got to watch it on video to find out, but I'm pretty sure George beat me.
I don't know how many you was doing though, because I could have been going a lot quicker, or you could have been going a lot quicker. I was going pretty quick, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to say we maybe got between like 40 and 50, something like that. That's
If
not
someone
bad.
could count, that'd be great. I'd love that. If someone told me George got 40, you got 41, that would have been like, wow.
Someone's just going there with a clicker. Click, click, click.
Fucking
Cool. That was fun. Oh my god, now we're going to get stupid challenges come through, aren't we? We're going to get who can do the most pistol squats or some shite. Who can do the most bodyweight burpees. Like, no, please don't send those in.
That's
we'll
a
end up
one-off.
fucking ourselves in a hole. Someone asked, when are we both coming to Australia? If you want to pay for us to both go out, we'll come out and we'll do like a seminar.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, I don't have any plans at the moment to come to Australia. Not right now.
Neither.
Not just yet. If you had to swap lives and bodies, what would be the first thing you would do?
Swap lives, what, between us two?
No.
Oh, what was that?
Okay. Swap lives and bodies. Okay, so we're swapping. What would be the first thing I would do in your body? Fuck me, that's weird.
Yeah, what are people... some people are weird
What
on
would
the
I
internet.
do? I'd probably hop in the Peugeot 107, because that would bring back some nostalgia, because that was my first car.
Those are days.
I'd hop in the Peugeot, and what else would I do? Fuck. Oh yeah, I'd probably feel the beard. I'd feel the bush of the beard,
Yeah,
because I have none of that shit. What would you do if you were me?
What would I do? I'd probably go squat 180 kilos or deadlift something
You were
stupid.
gonna say that.
Not gonna lie, that made me feel a lot better.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Fucking what else would I do? What else would I do? Oh, bloody hell. Oh dear. What would I do? Something else. What would I do? I don't even know. I can't even answer, but I'd make sure I'd squat 180 kilos, yeah, for sure. Because I've never
That's
done
a
that.
good enough one for me.
That's a good enough
That's
one,
cool.
yeah.
You take one your end.
My one. Okay. Hello. Oh God. If you had to choose between your biceps or calves to never grow again, which one would you choose?
Oh Jesus. Calves for me for sure. They don't need to grow anymore.
Yeah, I'd agree with myself. Calves.
Yeah.
Actually, a bit of biceps, why not?
Yeah. If you had to choose someone to swap their whey protein with baking powder, who would it be?
Sake.
You're gonna say TM Cycles, aren't you?
No comment. Nah, no comment. No comment. Fuck it. TM.
I don't know who I'd say. I don't really hate anyone right now.
I'd give it to my dog, actually. Dog will have it.
I'll just for kicks, I'll say Jack Thorburn. Because because he's such a perfectionist about his oats. If you imagine swapping all his wheys with baking powder.
I know. Imagine.
He'd be so pissed.
He would.
And yeah, he's such a perfection. But he'd know it the minute. Like even if you changed the colouring of the baking powder, I reckon Jack would pour it out and know the exact texture of whey.
Oh yeah.
So he'd be able to distinguish the baking powder immediately pre-cooking.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, I agree. What other ones have I got?
Big Will asks another stupid question saying, would you rather eat poo flavoured curry or curry flavoured poo?
Poo flavoured curry, 100%.
Yeah, same.
Why would you eat shit?
Of course. Why would you eat curry flavoured poo? That would just be absolutely awful.
Okay, this one's a standard one, which I'm just going to let you answer because it's advice for wanting to gain a bit of muscle without the fat that goes with the bulk.
Well, you have to gain some fat. You have to gain some fat. You know, just keep it sensible. We'll cover one more sensible one, and then we'll cap it.
Yeah. We need to finish on a good one.
So, I've got one here from Chip J Sun. Do you think you can be too young to start a successful coaching business? What's your opinions on this, George? I've got mine.
I think that's a hard question. Can you go first? So I want to see
okay, sure. So my opinion is you definitely can, yes.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of people recently, like a lot of like 15, 16-year-old people who do not have enough, not only life experience, but general knowledge to be coaching people. And there are a few outliers to that rule. So I know Ben will probably listen to this. Ben is one of those outliers that, very fortunately, through his own work, he has most likely the knowledge to be coaching a lot of people, because Ben is just he's just invested so much time into his learning processes. He's also invested a lot of money in mentorship and also all the membership sites he signed up for. He's a member of mine. He was a member from the get-go with that. And he watches every single podcast, every single video, and he just immerses himself in the knowledge. So he has enough to be able to coach because he's worked for it. But a lot of these people who are like 16, 17, they've only really got just into the gym themselves. They really shouldn't be coaching people, and they are, and it's no good. Like, it's actually no good for anyone. And they might have the ability to coach some people, but the awareness, like for example, I had, and they're not gonna be coaching this kind of person, but I had one of my female clients check in last night, and obviously naming no names, she was in tears. She was in tears because of things that are difficult to talk about. And if you're like, a 16, 17-year-old kid and you're handling a female's nutrition, then there's a lot of things that are going to go on with a female that you need to be aware of. Like, there's so much shit, so much compounding factors that you need to be able to handle. And the things that she was getting upset about last night is not so much how much do I know about training and nutrition, it's how much empathy can I offer her as a female. It's how much, and that's difficult for me because obviously I'm male, but through what she's going through at the moment, I have a degree of empathy because I can relate to a lot of the things that she's going through. And without life experience, you're not going to be able to relate. So I see myself as now, 22 years old. When I'm 23, when I'm 24, 25, 26, 28, I will be a better coach because of by a byproduct of my life experience.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I think that if you're younger than 18 and if you're 18, 19, you still need to have a lot of work gone into your own learning before you become a coach. The accessibility on online coaching is fantastic, but what's not fantastic about it is because people think that the barrier to entry is so low, people think it's easy to get in. You get in too soon and you give poor advice or produce poor results, you're going to tarnish your name for a while, guys. So be careful. Like, for example, you don't immediately get a top law firm employing you when you haven't been to law school for 3, 4, 5 years. You need to go to law school first, otherwise you get your shit wrecked. Even if you like cheat your way in, like the guy off Suits did. But yeah, like you will, which has just probably ruined half of the series of Suits for anyone that wants to watch it now. But yeah, so you need to think about these things, take your time, and appreciate that when you're young and you're living at home and things like that, you've got the ability to live at home and be financially free. You can invest in your knowledge. So invest in your knowledge first, and then invest in, gaining clients, gaining momentum as a coach. Hope that makes sense, guys. But that's a good one to finish on to avoid tarnishing the information that we give out in these, because I think people do like this podcast. They've missed us.
Yeah, I enjoy your single solo ones. I thought you ditched me for good, mate. Not gonna lie.
Oh, absolutely fucking not. No way, mate. No way.
No.
Never gonna happen. It's hard because I've had multiple podcast guests, like one-offs, and I've had a few also that have stuck with me for a while. So it's like, and some of the ones that stuck for a while, like, want to come back on. Like Vicky wants to do one again. Valentin wants to do one again in the future. So it's almost hard to like combine them. But what I said to Steve Hall last night on a voice note, I said that what I like about him and Pascal doing his is like I like listening to him and Pascal speak more than the ones that when he has a guest, because just like the way that you watch like a soap or a TV series like Coronation Street or EastEnders or whatever, you follow the characters, you follow the soap because you're invested in the characters. So when people invested in me and Vicky when we were doing contest prep, people wanted to see that. They wanted to see our weekly updates. So like when Vicky goes potentially into prep next year, I want to bring the podcast back with her because I want people to be invested in Vicky and her process. And I want to do one weekly with you as well because people will be invested in your process. And, if that helps bring more people to you and bring more people to me, then that's fantastic. Obviously, you've got more subscribers than me, so you're probably helping me out a little bit, and I'm probably helping you out a little bit, which is
definitely
fine and dandy by me, and we have a fucking laugh doing them, so it's a
absolutely
win-win.
Yeah. I want to make a cheeky plug before you finish. Can 7 people subscribe to me because I'm 7 subscribers away from 10,000?
Do it, guys. You won't regret it. You won't regret it because I watch the videos, so
Thank
you
you.
won't regret it, guys. But yeah, we'll leave it there as always. Thanks for watching, guys. Give us a share, give us a like. Give us any comments that you want to discuss. There's always some fucker. Like yesterday, I put up the solo podcast, and literally within, I think, 10 seconds of it being up, there was already a dislike. So I think there's someone like who just logs in to dislike the videos with post notifications on. You sad motherfucker.
Yep.
Goodbye. Good riddance to you.
Yeah.
You little shit.
There's more to life than just sitting there disliking people's videos all the time. I don't think I've disliked one person's video on YouTube. No. I just don't bother liking it or disliking it, you know what I mean?
Or just comment saying you're a massive dick.
Yeah. Anyway,
right. Cool.
Appreciate it as usual, mate. I'll see you sometime soon.
Yeah, cheers guys for listening, and peace out, George. See you in a bit, mate.
See you later. See you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye.